Hey friends, Richard at the Jam Space here. We are doing video number 2 of the Rescue My Rig series, and we're talking all about this pedal board here. It's a DIY pedal board that I'm really proud of, actually. And I just put the last little finishing touches on it today. Spray painted a couple of things that just they showed that somebody did something to this. Can you tell what this was in its first life? I've modified something and I've turned it into a pedal board. So let's just take a little bit of a closer look at this pedal board and see if you can kind of figure out what this was in its first life. So just see underneath. Any guesses? When it's this way, this is the way that it was intended to be used. Do you need a hint? Need another hint? Let's go all the way. Clackety clackety clack. That's right. It's a laptop tray, folks. I mean, who uses laptop trays anymore? It had like the legs on it. You know, I think so you could sit on a couch and that's not what I use it for. Here at the Jam Space in the before times, it was a concert venue for 10 years. And before I moved the location of the bar and into another room, and I opened up like one of those windows that you serve through the wall, like at a hall or something, the bar was in this main room, and the soundboard was also in the bar space. It was very tight in there. I had to fit the soundboard and my laptop into the bar, so I'd be the bartender and a sound guy at the same time. And in order for me to have the digital mixer and the computer or the laptop, I had to actually get a laptop tray. So it had the legs that would elevate it so the mixer fit underneath, and then I could put my laptop on top. And so it was a great space saver. But again, like after I did that renovation, I didn't need to save the space anymore, and this laptop tray became completely and totally obsolete. I'm not gonna like be on my laptop in my bed like that. I mean, it's a laptop; it goes on your lap. But anyways, so the modifications, obviously, the Velcro was added by me. Obviously, these holes that I drilled them when I first sort of started this project was in 2017. And I had a very basic sort of need, I guess, at that time, because I really never was much of a pedal player. I would just take my Fender Strat, plug it directly into my Fender DeVille. Ooh, there's reverb on here, and that was kind of mostly my effects. I bought some effects pedals in the mid 90s. When I was like a teenager, and they sucked at some of those first digital multi-effect pedal things weren't very good. I did have one really awesome Morley flanger that I got at a pawn shop. I loved that thing. I wish I still had it. It was stolen. That thing was awesome. I loved that flanger pedal. But other than that, I had not really great experience with pedals, and I didn't really feel like I needed them. I always relied on my amp. I would make sure like I bought a bunch of multi-channel amps because I was like, all about the grunge and the alternative, and so I wanted to have like a clean sound, and then like the foot switch that comes with the amp gets you your distortion. That was like what effects were for me. And then when I really upgraded from like the PV Bandit, and I upgraded to like a PV what's it called? Trans-tube technology, man. Oh, when that trans-tube technology came out, and it had the boost too, so your overdrive channel, then it's like extra dirt. So like that's kind of, and the reverb, that's really, other than my flanger pedal,
I love that flanger pedal.
for years I just didn't see the need to have a pedal board, really. But in 2017 I picked up a couple of gigs with a cover band, and you kind of have to sound like these other bands when you're in a cover band. And I realized I don't have a chorus pedal. I can't. These 80s songs, they all have chorus. What am I doing? How am I going to do that? Well, I got on to the internet and I bought some really cheap Joyo and Kaleen pedals, and I got through those shows and I just set them up on the floor. And I realized that sort of sucks. I don't know what it was, but one day I was looking at this thing and it just dawned on me that is a perfect pedalboard. It's got this like riser, you know, and it worked for a while. But again, I never really finished the project, and I didn't play any cover gigs. I've always been more of like an original artist. Anyways. Let's just take a look at some of the modifications. So, of course, the Velcro on there. These little risers. There's going to be a pedal on here that is like the brains of this whole operation. I'll show you a quick little look at that at the end of this video. So I've got the Velcro drilled in these holes for routing power and stuff like that. These risers, and then this is the thing that I'm like really happy about. This whole system right here, I totally redid it. It was really not the greatest setup, but I've got these Velcro straps that are kind of like extra. And then look at this here. It's kind of awkward because of how I'm trying to keep everything in the shot. This, I moved the location of this bracket. You can kind of see the old screw holes from when these here were there, and they had the long way. I've done this so that it's more secure if you've got a wider base, right? They just had this short little thing, and there was this metal bar that ran right down the middle, and it had some like notched out teeth, and then this would just kind of like sit in there the long way. So it was really kind of like a wobbly kind of a situation there. You know, the weight of my foot pressing on that bar, I discovered that my Rubbermaid sort of pantry shelf, and I had a bunch of these leftover, these white, they're the mounts that you would like drill out a hole in the drywall, and then you'd put them in there, and then you could secure your bracket of your shelf to the wall. So that's what mounts it to the wall. Well, I got like so many of those things left over. Well, it's like a perfect dream fit here. Totally unrelated to the laptop tray, but listen to that. I can strap this up here if I want, or I can even loop it around for like sort of an extra, in case something breaks. There's now a strap there, and I can kind of check at the end of a song like, what's going on? Is this pedalboard broken on me now? Anyways, it's built like a tank, man. Like, I'm really impressed with it. So I saved a bunch of money doing it this way too, because I already had this in my possession. If you want to go out there and get like a Pedaltrain Classic 2, and it comes with a soft travel case, it's 24 by 12 and a half inches in dimensions. This one's 24 by 14 deep. So, oh, and I got the Velcro there for, I'm undermounting the power supply. I also made these feet here out of a 2x4, you know, cut it down. I don't want it to be too tall, so it's just high enough that the power supply doesn't hit the ground. When you put it down, there's a little bit of clearance there. Super impressed with it. I wouldn't want the Pedaltrain with the soft case. I would say that it was a business expense. I could dig through some old boxes and find it, but it was $40, I would say, on the top end, $40 Canadian. The Pedaltrain that I'm talking about with that travel case, it comes with the Velcro. It's $200 Canadian. So I had to buy some Velcro. That's another $20. We're looking at $60 Canadian, but I don't have a case, you say. Well, actually, totally unrelated, I had bought this suitcase, Sears Canada Clearance Center in Regina. I got this one, and then there was two smaller suitcases inside of it. Altogether, it was like $40 after taxes. So I'm only using the one suitcase. So let's just say like $20 of that $40 was for this pedalboard configuration. So $40 plus 20 plus another 20. So I am $80 Canadian in versus the Pedaltrain solution is $200. So am I saying that you should buy and modify a suitcase and a laptop tray? Maybe. I'm not sure. But I had them already in my possession. So for me, once I discovered that this thing fit perfectly, it was like a no-brainer. It was like, I have to do this. So it's like, fits like a dream. And there is actually this like really super cheap little strap. I don't think I'll ever strap it in. This is like cheap plastic and stuff here, but you know, there you go. Extra peace of mind. Now there's wheels on the bottom of this suitcase, and it's got the airport handle that pulls out. I'm obviously not gonna put this on a plane, guys. This is for me. I put it in my van and I drive there and I take it out. I'm not gonna put it on a bus or something like that. But anyways, the metal frame of the handle on the bottom protects the bottom of the case, and then I've got in this little inside pocket, yeah, let me just show you, a big nice foam pad in there. So the tops of all the pedals are protected as well. I hope you guys are enjoying this. So there you go. For what did I say? 80 bucks Canadian? So I think that's like $60 American. There is a solution for you if you want to save some money and save that money for pedals. So it's possible. It's possible. Or you could just, you know, make one out of wood. You know, some people use like the IKEA shelf. There's some videos about that. But honestly, just if you've got some basic woodworking tools or ability, very basic, I'm sure you could throw something together. But I liked the idea that I had something in my possession and I wasn't using it and I repurposed it. So it's amusing for me. I actually showed this pedal board to Kyle Cossity from the band Derwood when they played here. I can't remember, a year or two years ago. And his pedal board, I was just checking out his pedals, like, oh, those are pretty cool. I like that. And then we were talking about that, and I was like, oh, check out what I do. Check out what I have going on my board. And my pedals suck, but I was more like, but check out my pedal board. And he says, like, I don't know exactly his words. He's like, whoa, man, I got to hire you. You got to build my board, man. My board's not working for me. And I just kind of like laughed that off and just thought like, that's so funny. I'm going to build a board for somebody. I just I repurposed, you know, 2 things, and like he was impressed by it. Like, you know, Rhett Shull just flew to California so that the rig doctor could like build his board for him, and like there's the gig rig, you know. So people do it. But to me, I just thought that was hilarious that like I'm gonna like charge a guy to build his board. So that's a view of the pedal board. Let's talk about what's coming up in the next video, and it's the brains of the whole pedal board. The Earthquaker Devices Swiss Things. And I was originally only looking for an ABY switcher so that I could go into both my guitar amp and my bass amp, and the ABY switcher would have to have sort of like an isolated output with. Anyways, there's a lot of great products that do that, and you're spending about $150 to $250 probably if you want to get a good one. Well, enter the Earthquaker Devices Swiss Things, and so it's for like an extra $100. You have a lot of extra features. So there's buffers in here. There's a boost. There is loop 1, which is intended for your drive pedals. And then loop 2, which is in sort of modulation and delay and reverb. Your output phase switch. You know, oh, there's a volume expression pedal output, a tuner output. It's like, it does so much. I'm so glad that I found it. Again, Other solutions exist, but this one presented just an amazing value. So that's what we're going to talk about next time. We'll get into the Earthquaker Devices Swiss things, and we'll look at the drive section of my pedalboard. If I can get this on a schedule, we'll do weekly Wednesday videos. So please comment, like, and subscribe for future videos in this series. I'm Richard at the Jam Space. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Clackety clackety clack. Ooh, there's reverb on here. Grunge and the alternative. Clean sound. Grunge and the alternative. Ooh, there's reverb on here. Distortion. Trans-tube technology, man.
I love that flanger pedal.